There are moments in life that arrive without warning. Quiet, ordinary seconds that suddenly open into something unforgettable. It happened on a cold, rainy afternoon in a busy cafe, the kind where people rush in, shaking off umbrellas and the chill. No one noticed the girl who stood just inside the door, balancing unsteadily on a prosthetic leg, her crutches trembling slightly as she searched for a place to sit. Her face held a tired determination no child should ever have to wear. She was only 12, with her hair tied back in a messy ponytail and clothes worn beyond ordinary use. But what caught attention, not immediately, but gradually, was the loneliness in her eyes. Her name was Mara. She had been walking far too long, both in life and along the literal streets outside the cafe. All she needed was a seat. A moment to rest. As she moved down the aisle, people glanced at her but quickly looked away, pretending their tables were full, pretending not to notice her struggle. That was the moment she stopped beside a man named Rowan, a single father seated with his 2 young children, Isla and Grady. Both kids watched Mara with curiosity rather than fear. With a small, steady voice, she asked the question that would change everything. "Can I sit here?" Rowan felt something shift inside him. Life had not been gentle with him either. He had lost his wife 3 years earlier to a sudden illness and had been raising 2 children alone while working long hours as a mechanic. He recognized exhaustion when he saw it. But Mara's exhaustion was heavier, deeper, as though she carried not just a school bag, but an entire world on her shoulders. He slid his chair slightly to make space. Mara hesitated, cheeks flushed with embarrassment, but the kindness in Rowan's eyes steadied her. She lowered herself into the seat, crutches resting beside her, exhaling as though simply sitting was a gift she had not expected. Rowan noticed her frayed shoelaces, her fingers red from the cold, and the faint smell of rain clinging to her clothes. Isla offered a shy smile, which Mara returned with equal hesitance. Minutes passed, and Rowan sensed a story behind her silence. Mara spoke haltingly, carefully explaining that she had been walking home from school when her prosthetic leg started hurting. Her mother worked double shifts, and she couldn't afford a bus. Born with a congenital condition that had led to the amputation of her left leg as a toddler, Mara had grown accustomed to managing alone. But today, something inside her had cracked. She just needed a space to breathe. Rowan felt a sting behind his eyes. He remembered the days he had smiled for his children while breaking inside. Mara was doing the same now, smiling not because she wanted to, but because she didn't know any other way to survive. The cafe, warm and bright, wrapped around them like a shelter. Without saying a word, Rowan decided to make this moment count. He bought her a warm sandwich and hot chocolate, placing them gently in front of her. Mara froze, unsure whether to accept. Rowan reassured her with a simple nod, and for the first time since she had entered the cafe, her face softened. His children began chatting with her, asking about school, hobbies, and even the stickers on her crutches. Mara answered with shy pride, each question peeling away a layer of loneliness. Rowan watched, feeling something rise inside him, a reminder that kindness could heal both the receiver and the giver. As Mara finished her food, she confessed in a quiet whisper that she feared going home, not because anyone would harm her, but because her mother would be overwhelmed with worry once she learned how far Mara had walked alone. Her mother, Leona, worked tirelessly ever since Mara's father left, struggling with money and endless medical bills. Mara often hid her pain to protect her mother from more worry. Rowan's chest ached hearing this. Mara wasn't asking for pity, she wanted understanding, someone to see her without judgment. Without hesitation, Rowan offered to drive her home. Mara's eyes widened in disbelief, and for a moment, she looked as though she might cry, not from sadness, but from the overwhelming unfamiliarity of being helped. Outside, the rain continued, but Rowan held the door open for her. Something inside Mara cracked gently, a release of tension she hadn't known she could let go. She whispered that no one outside her mother had ever done something like this for her. Rowan placed a comforting hand on her shoulder, reminding her she wasn't alone, even on the days she felt invisible. At her small apartment, her mother rushed out, pale with worry. But seeing Mara safe, standing beside Rowan and his children, her fear dissolved into gratitude. Tears streamed down her face as she thanked him repeatedly. In that moment, the fierce love of a mother and the power of simple kindness intertwined. Mara turned to Rowan and broke into tears, not of sadness, but of relief, of finally feeling seen. She told him that his simple yes, his invitation to sit and be welcomed, had meant more than words could ever express. Rowan hugged her gently, promising that kindness would always have a place in the world, even when life felt merciless. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner of MotivHeart Tales. Your support helps spread stories of hope and humanity. Tell us in the comments which part of this story moved you the most. Remember, sometimes the smallest yes can change someone's day, and sometimes, their entire life.